Well, that was fun, and it performed pretty well too. Maybe I should try something like that again. I just need to figure out an attack that's not really an attack. Maybe not even mapped to the B button, or anything that would resemble a traditional attack. Oh, that's right! Adeleine's guard deals damage when you drop it. So today I'm gonna see if it's possible to beat Kirby Star Allies only using Adeleine's guard. No B button allowed and no slides. Also, again, I'm doing Adeleine's guest star mode since trying to play as a CPU of the main story is really annoying. So with that out of the way, let's get started. Now, originally I was going to try and not use Ribbon's Flight either, but the very first room very blatantly requires it. Also, one of the cool little things about Adeleine's canvas cover, that's its official name, is that it's fully invincible. I'm in danger. Then we go back to grab this puzzle piece, I played Kirby 64, and start putting our canvas to use. It was a little weird to get used to, but seeing as it's a completely invincible attack, it's pretty hard to mess up. He, doesn't die in one hit. He doesn't die in one hit! But you can do this pretty sick combo to kill enemies like this quickly. See, you can walk to cancel the lag of dropping your guard, and then do it again. It's pretty fun, and you can do this to enemies that only take one hit, too. Just to kill them, but more. Since this counts as a paint attack, we can even paint these signs to get items. Thank God, too, because we're required to so we can get to the next room. We fight this giant bouncy, then go to this area where we get to choose a path, one of them being good and the other being bad, shown off based on what's on the paintable signs. All is well and good until we get to this room where we have to defeat all the Bronto birds. Unfortunately, this one flies too high, and we can't kill it, forcing me to kill myself. And take the bad path, which has no issues with it. All the enemies actually chase you here, but we did miss out on a power-up. Then we fight our first mini-boss. So how do you think this is gonna go? We're attacking with our guard. Sure, we can cancel it pretty quickly, but it's just a guard, right? Why does that have the DPS that it does? This is supposed to be a slow attack. Why is it so strong? Yeah, as it turns out, rapidly canceling the guard into itself does a lot of damage. It's not even that hard. You could just mash the buttons. Look at that damage! He died! He died instantly! He didn't get to attack! This is supposed to be a slow and painful process, not like actually maybe optimal? What the heck is that? After leaving the crime scene with our name literally painted all over it, this guy tries to lift us off into the sky, but we're so fat that it kills him. How dare you. Also, our guard can break boxes. It paints pictures, shreds bosses, breaks blocks. What can't it do? Honestly, I'm starting to think that the B button was holding us back. We slaughter bonkers in cold paint and then move on to DDD. It's not a crazy fight by any means. It ends pretty quickly and there's not too much to talk about, so level 1's done. Freaking paint. Why it do that though? This part has us try to get through and grab an item before the whole thing falls. We could just fly through, nothing in the rules prohibits it, but it's about the principle of it, you know? There's a friend circle section. Then there's the water section. Ooh, I have no way of dealing damage underwater, do I? You can't guard underwater, and while we can damage boost, Adeline takes extra damage, so it's not something we can really rely on. But it's not even an issue since the room with the water ambush gets completely skipped. So the run actually lives. Kawasaki. We have to get around these giant blades, which, might I add, our guard is completely invulnerable to, so it's not an issue. A fight section. These shield guys spawn, they take a lot of hits to defeat unless you have an element that beats fire, like water, ice, or paint. Yeah, paint beats fire. Watch out, Charizard, Smeargle's gonna mess you up. Alright, I know I keep showing mini-bosses, but I can't get over how quickly we just tear through them, you know? It's just like... All the enemies in this fight section just walked towards us, so I was just gonna mash the whole time and turn my brain off, but it really started to hurt my fingers, so I just stopped. When these guys spawn though, they just throw hammers, forcing you to go to them. But jumping up there is a bit difficult without taking damage, so it's best to position yourself on the edge of this platform. You can just barely reach them. I decided to wait to finish this one off, and it came back and bit me in the butt, so I had to do it all over again, making sure to finish this guy off immediately. After that, we mash again, cause thinking is hard. And it's on to Meta Knight. Well, not before losing half my health to the rowdy locals. I one-shot the rock guy. Wow. I guess they do if you have enough attack points. Oh boy. Oh, poor Meta Knight. He has no idea what's gonna happen to him. I'm gonna turn this man into a freaking Picasso painting. So we go to fight Meta Knight, and, well... I could have killed him if I did that optimally. Holy crap. Why is this just an effective boss shredder strat? That's how I feel. So yeah, that's level 2. Next is the Jam Bastion. This section requires us to kind of nudge ourselves between these blocks to break them, since we drop down just enough for the hitbox to connect. Then you fight Pan and Khan. I'm going with that pronunciation, and if you think it's wrong, screw you. The first phase is easy, and we can even kill off Pan before he even gets to move during phase 2. But since Khan runs around so fast, and our attack isn't fully invincible, we start taking hits. That combined with a basic lack of awareness gets me killed. You actually have to strategize for this fight. Of course, the strategy is just stand beneath them, but it's still a strategy. Next is Francisca. I am a single hit away from death, which isn't super promising given my strategy of just running head first in and hoping that I out DPS them. So if I had to guess... Actually though, Francisca goes to this corner at the start of the fight. We can meet her there and end the first phase almost instantly, and after waiting out her icicle attack, we can do the same thing again, ending the fight. It's honestly really easy. I don't know how anyone could ever die here. Our mini-boss shredding exploits have been told across the land, and now mini-bosses are actually hiding from us. Of course, it's not gonna help them. Flamberge is next, and just like Francisca, we can quickly end the first phase by meeting her in the corner, although I mess up a bit. We could hit her during this attack, but it's safer to just wait it out. Of course, that means we have to wait out this attack too, but at least we can break the sword so we have something to do. After all that though, ending it's completely free. Overall, it's a pretty alright fight. Next, however, is this room, which requires us to grab 2 keys. The first one isn't an issue. We go up to grab it and bring it all the way back down. But the second one is beneath these blocks, which we can't break. Not even sliding works. I connected and disconnected a second controller to make a CPU to see what it would do. Alright, look at the painting. You need the painting. Painting. God, they're lazy. Most I could get it to do is think about attacking this water guy and dash back and forth menacingly. But that doesn't help me. I had another idea, so I reset, grabbed the first key again, and then used their fairy dance to bring the key upwards since it pulls in items. Now, yes, this is a B move, which the challenge doesn't allow, but I figured as long as I don't break the blocks with the B move, it should be fine. Besides, this would be really cool if I got it to work, and if you're still upset that I used a B move for this, don't worry, because it didn't work anyways. Out of ideas, I had to concede. Breaking this block so we can get in and grab the key, and with both keys we can finally leave. Even if the run's dead, we could still see if the rest is possible. There's another friend train section, and now that I think about it, the exploding train joke probably would have worked better here, but Adeleine, you should really open your eyes. Adeleine, look where you're going. Adeleine! Yes, I did the same joke twice. What are you gonna do about it? We go through the best room in the game, then we fight Zan. Surprise, surprise, meeting her in the corner lets us end the first phase pretty quickly. Assuming you don't get hit, But the best part is that we don't even need to wait out her next attack since she hangs low enough that we can just hit her. So level 3 is done. Next is this section. Oh, well... You know, you were worried for a second, right? I was worried for a second, but yeah, I can just, like, not care. However, when we get here, we reach another roadblock. We can't hit the block up there to break it since we can only guard while grounded. We've got nothing to work with, so the run dies again. Oh, we're gonna lose that power up. Or maybe not, because iframes. Because iframes. Wispy Woods shows up again, and nothing is different. Iggy Woods is next, and again, nothing is different. There's this water section that we can get through, but being unable to defend myself, I nearly die. Don't hurt me, don't hurt me. Okay. And what happens when I'm on 1 HP? I hit guard. I promise. I went into this bonus room. Well, I can't hit any of these, but I can, I sure can swim by. And take unnecessary damage. Alright, that was a good swim, everybody. Let's go back to work. Goldon and Silvox are next. Armed with the knowledge that we should stand under them and that bombs are bad. Stupid! This fight's pretty quick. We can go up this elevator without even being attacked, since hiding behind our guard apparently makes us invisible too. Francisca's back, and she hasn't learned a thing, as she immediately goes back to the corner where all phase 1s go to die. But in the rematch, she uses her water gun immediately afterwards, so we don't even need to wait to punish phase 2, literally making this fight easier than the first one. So do you remember those shield guys? We one-shot the fire ones, but this is our first ice one. Help, 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 help. I decided to just avoid it. This guy stopped just in time to walk into the spikes. Up next is Krakow, who does not fly high enough to avoid our attacks, and so he dies horribly. Twice. Level 4 is done, and God, just look at those eyes. She knows no mercy. I got hit by a meteor while going through this door, which I thought was pretty interesting. Did this sick guard to head bonk combo. And are on to Flamberge. Like Francisca, she hasn't learned anything from last time. Okay, maybe she did. While she does go right into the corner of shame, she doesn't stay there for long, so you actually have to work a bit for phase 1. But phase 2 is free since she sits still to charge her fire cannon. No comment. Moving on, I take 2 hits here like an idiot and then die horribly to the hands of Funny Monkey Man. Then we go on to this combat section. The closing walls put us on a timer, and defeating enemies quickly can be a bit difficult. I thought they were all dead! I'm sad! But the closing walls section isn't even the hard part, it's the mini-boss fight at the end. Twin Bugsy is, in my opinion, the hardest mini-boss fight in the game. They do a great job of keeping us stuck in guard, and if we want to do damage, we usually have to trade. And of course, when we die, we have to do the whole room again. We actually have to play careful here, but with enough patience, you too can fail at the last second. No! But third time's the charm, right? Alright. Please don't tell me I have to kill the thing up top. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God that doesn't count. We need friends for this next area, and nothing of interest happens, but the CPU managed to kill itself, which is something I've never seen happen in a split section. There's another friend train section here, but I don't think I could do another explosion joke. Honestly, I think people would get mad at me for doing the same joke 3 times. I can't tell if this joke is funny or not! Finally, we're on to the last level, Factory from 64. Nothing really stands out here as especially challenging. It's overall just a normal level. We get attacked by birds, which fortunately fly low enough for us to hit, and at the end we can even get to the bonus area. All we have left is the final boss gauntlet. Zan is up first, and she goes to the corner for timeout, letting us end phase 1 instantly. And we can hit her still during her phase 2 transition, so the fight ends super quick. So quick that the sound that plays during the phase transition is still playing during the cutscene. Highness is next, and holy crap, he died. Well, for phase 2, at first he stays out of our reach and even traps us in our guard with Francisca, but once we get out... That was easy. Finally, there's Morpho-Knight. His teleporting around can make it a bit difficult to get lots of damage off at once, but he does have moments where he sits still. For phase 2, he's too high to hit during his sword attack, but we can get a lot of damage off when he drops down. After waiting a little bit longer, we can finish him off. And that's the end. That was quick. A lot quicker than I thought it was going to be. I knew about the walk cancel trick to quickly attack with Adelaine's guard beforehand, but I thought it was a task-only trick and thought it wouldn't really be that viable normally, but hey, guess I learned something new about the game. There were the 2 rooms that we couldn't beat, but other than those, we can get through Adelaine's Gustard with only her guard. This turned out to be a pretty fun challenge, so thanks for watching. Let me know if you enjoyed and see you next time.
Dorime